Purnamada
Purnamidam
Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate Om Shanti 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 This Shanti mantra from Atharva Veda. Atharva Veda has two Upanishads, one of the shortest and one of the longest. Shortest is Ishavasya and the longest is Brihadaranyaka. Both these Upanishads came out through Yajnavalkya. Yajnavalkya was originally Vaishampayana's student, and as the Vaishampayana wanted to bring out the best through the student Yajnavalkya, he pretended that he was angry with Yajnavalkya, and he asked him to give out whatever he learned and go away. Yajnavalkya, so he contemplated on the Bhagavan in the Surya. Through the Surya Upasana, these two Upanishads dawned through him. This Ishavasya is the first word. The first word of this Upanishad starts with Ishavasya Idam Sarvam. So the first word of this Upanishad, they kept it as Ishavasya. And like all Pandavas are called as Kaunteya, Kunti's children. Kunti's children, first word. Kaunteya means it can be Arjuna or Bhima or Yudhishthira. So this Ishavasya, the original name of this Upanishad is Yajniya Mantra Upanishad. Yajniya, when the Swayambhu Manu, Brahma's son, in Brahma's one day, Brahma's lifespan, to comprehend, Srimad Bhagavatam talks about his 1 second is a human 100,000 years. His 1 second is, everything is proportional. For example, one fly, generally mosquitoes, they live for about 2 days, 3 days. Some flies live for only 1 hour. In 1 hour, from larva, pupa, and they go through the whole cycle and die also. Their 1 hour is, their 100 years is 1 hour for us. It is relativity. They complete whatever they have to do in in a couple of hours. For example, cows live for 15 years. It is for 100 years for them. For us, it's only 15 years. For Brahma's 1 second is our 100,000 years. Brahma's 1 day, it's 1 day means 12 hours. In Brahma's 12 hours, there is for each 12 hours, one Indra comes. One Indra for 12 hours. He is the administrator. In Indra's 1 full day, there are 14 Manvantaras. We can calculate 1 Manvantara, Manu's lifespan. In Indra's 1 lifespan, there are 14, in Indra's 1 lifespan, 14 Manus are coming. And Swayambhu Manu, Brahma's son, when he was confronted with challenges, he was petrified. How can I handle the challenges? How can I I have been assigned the task of managing this, the creation. How can I, so many Asuri Shaktis are there, negative forces are there. How can I handle? He was so petrified, and so the Bhagavan, when he started contemplating, Bhagavan, Hari himself, appeared through his daughter as Yajna Namaka. Yajna, his grandson, was his teacher. Yajna gave the Upadesha to him. So the original name of this Upanishad, Yajniya Mantra Upanishad. From the Yajna, this Upanishad, he gave the Upadesha to Swayambhu Manu. Not only Swayambhu Manu, it Upadesha to all of us. All of us, this Upanishad talks about also the Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, and freedom in action, and it defines about the glory of the Lord. If you do not realize this world is His, you are just you have to play the game of your life well, like children. So they enjoy so much in their life. They have after coming from school, they have a lot of fun, lot of playing with the children. They know it is not mine. Everything is taken care by my parents. They have a lot of fun. For us, this fun part has lost. We parents think, how can we manage? How can we manage this property? How can we manage our mortgage? How can we manage our family? And we start thinking we are responsible for that one. We become so serious in our life, our smile has lost. And for example, Apekshit, Akshaj, they have smile always on their face. When we grow up, we forget to smile. For executives, there is a training how to smile. There is a executive, there is a when to smile, when not to smile. That there is an executive class is there. It's they send the executive like a machine. They say 1, 2, 3, start smiling, and they say stop. That is called as laughing club. I've been to many laughing clubs. People, they hardly smile. The serious people, they come and it's a trend. You 1, 2, 3, start smiling. We lost how to smile also. We start smiling because we think we are responsible. Because we are controlling, everything happens because of us. And this Upanishad talks about nothing is yours. On Sunday I will talk about you are like asked to play the game of your life. You have to treat the life as a game, not to be too carried away. And if you are so serious, you no longer enjoy the game of your life. You are so serious, so tensed. And this Upanishad has 18 mantras. 18 again represents the victory. Number 8 in it is the feminine alphabets in Sanskrit. Kaka, Gaga, Nga, Cha, Cha, Ja. 8 is the 8th letter, and Ya, the neutral letter, is Ya. So 18 is Jaya. This Upanishad, it's indicating 18. The message of 18 runs through the Upanishad, runs through Bhagavad Gita, runs through Mahabharata, runs through Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the 18. 18 is a divine number. 18 is the number of the Supreme Lord. In the Prashna Upanishad talks about the Jiva's number. Jiva, the soul's number is 16. It is bound by 15 things. The 17 is Lakshmi, 18 is Narayana. All our life, you moving from 16 to 18 is the life. How to move towards that one. And this mantra we talked about, Purna. Purna is God is so complete. We say, I am doing a seva for God. I went to Tirupati, I did a seva, morning seva, I did evening seva. Seva means service to the God. God requires no service from us. He is always complete. We did morning seva, we gave 5,000 rupees to Hundi. He is complete Purna. There is no shortage of that one. It is the seva means, it is a bhava that I have offered myself to the Lord. He is not expecting any seva from us. He is always Purna. if you add something to, and who's that? Last week I was talking about in our teachers training also, if all jivas put together, it is not Bhagavan. All jivas put together, it cannot be Bhagavan. If everyone says, I don't want to do any seva, still there is no deficiency in God's glory. So, all in the effort, whatever we put in, it cannot be equated to the God. It's whatever we give the donation, it won't make God elated. You gave me a diamond necklace, or you gave me only Tulsi Mala. He is Purna, he is complete. Purna Mada and Purna Midam. You can't, if you take something out of God, I am doing the service to the God, from tomorrow, sorry, I am not doing any service, God is still complete. If you add something, he is complete. He is remove, he is complete. It's a unique mathematics. It is talking about always complete. He is not dependent on us for his expressing his Purnatva. This Upanishad is talking about Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate. It is talking about, it is message for us. Why are you so upset? Because you lost something. Why are you so happy? You got something. How can you maintain the equilibrium? Your happiness should not be dependent on the outer things. Can you be, in spite of everything, can you be happy? In spite of everything, how can I be happy? I am always dependent on something from outside for make me happy. This all our sadhana. From time immemorial, all rishis, all sages are working on this one. How can I be happy despite anything? In spite of having or not having, how can I be happy? Happy in search of that one. All Upanishads have come, all scriptures have come, all great masters have come, and to realize that one. How can you be complete? You are so sad because something you are missing in your life, you got something, you are so elated. Despite everything, be happy, this Upanishad is talking about. That itself, the crux of all Shastras. What they are trying to say, how can I be happy despite everything? Anything, how can I? I have nobody. And I have everything, how can I be happy? And yogi's mind, apuryamanam achala pratishtam samudramapa pravishanti yadvatam tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sashanti mapnoti na kama kami. Like a ocean, whether rivers join in or on the certain day, on a summer day, no river is flowing in, ocean is complete. You attain that one, that is the sadhana, that is the hallmark of the sadhaka, that is the completeness. Discover the completeness. Purna is talking about moving towards from our insufficiency to the sufficiency. The santosha. When I have the santosha, I am always happy. One who is always happy alone can give happiness to others. It's a message of the parents. You try to exude the happiness so that children also happy. Home is happy. If you are always sulking and complaining, that negative vibration percolates down in your family. If you go to workplace, that energy flows out, the negative energy. Exude the positiveness. For that, this Bhagavan Vasudeva has come. He is saying, smile. He is asking us, you offload your burden. Just sit here and meditate. I am taking. You can't handle your problem. You are so insignificant to carry the karma which we have been carrying for countless life. We are collapsing. he is saying that you can't. Offload. Offload, he is smilingly saying that offload all your worries, and he is smiling, looking at us. So he is smiling. Why are you? When I am here, when I am all complete, when I am here, still if you think you are responsible, how silly you are. How silly you are. Nothing happens according to you. Everything happens according to me. It is my world. You are here just to play. You are thinking you are responsible for your life. He is saying, world was there, world is there, world will be there. It is my world. I asked you to come and play the game. Instead, you claim it is your world. And Upanishad starts off with this one. And the first mantra, Ishavasya idam, repeat after me. Ishavasya idam sarvam.
Ishavasya idam sarvam.
Yatkincha jagatyam jagat.
Yatkincha jagatyam jagat.
Tena tektena bhunjita.
Tena tyatena bhunjita.
Magrida kasya svidhanam.
Magrida kasya siddhanam.
Svidhanam. Whose wealth is this one? You are running after that one. You claim, this is my wealth, this is my saving, this is my wealth. I won't part away this wealth. So difficult. I worked on this one. I hang on to that one. You hang on to your possessions. Why are you becoming more and more we hang on? More and more selfish we become. More and more unhappy we become. Ishavasya. The Vasudeva is saying, I pervade everywhere. Everywhere. Sarvam. Sarvam and Sarvam samapnoshi sarvaha. Sarvam, what sarva definition Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, one pervades everything as a complete. Is sarva, Sri Krishna says that is me. Vasudeva, that is one. I am sarva. Ishavasya idam sarvam. I am complete. I pervade everywhere. Even ether pervades everywhere, but it is not powerful. But Lord pervades everywhere as a sarva, all powerful. Yat kincha jagati, jagatyam jagat, whatever you seen world or unseen world, I pervade everywhere. Therefore, tena tektena bhunjita magrada kisu. You enjoy your life with the notion of it belongs to him. It is my belongs to him. I am just here to enjoy. He provides me everything. He allowed me to play the game. In the cricket team of 11 people, you enjoy the game. Somebody allowed you to play the game in the pitch. Instead of that one, we are so focused, we forgot to play the game. We start playing the game according to the tune of others. The moment you start playing the game of your life to please others, in the tune of others, you are no longer a dancer. The dancer is the one. It is if they are playing putting the step according to the thala of the drum, mridangam, and they are very attentive. What drum, what beat, what raga, they are tuning. But the real dance, the tandava, you play and the tune should sync with you. Not you are syncing along with what others are asking you to tune. The real tune, Tandava Nritya, Shiva Tandava Nritya. His expression of joy when it is happening, that all drums, they start playing the Sri Krishna when they did the Kaliya Mardhana, it is his step. He did not play according to what raga, Kalyani raga, that raga, what drum, and he did not. They play, so the best to come out, you play the game of your life according to the expression, your expression of joy, fountain of joy. Tena tektena bhunjita, revel. You revel in your life. Magrada kasya svidhanam. not to keep on holding. I won't give. The end of the day that I gave a story also that Leo Tolstoy, he mentions a story. He went to the king and said, I need a bit more money and can you help? And the king said, we took him to the top of the mountain. See, he said, you look as further as you can. As further as you can. Now you go. Now it is 6 a.m. in the morning. You have to come back by 6 o'clock. However much land you cover and come, that is yours. I will give that much. This man was so happy, went out and he saw this one, oh, river is going. He went there, he put his mark. Yes, this is good. Oh, that is forest. That is a lot of expensive trees. He went there. Oh, that part is good. That part is good. That part. And he had his lunch bag also. Lunch bag, water bottle. But he thought, if I stop, I can't cover. I want to grab as much as I can. He forgot to. So thirsty. Hot day. He's not drinking. He's not eating. Went there, and it is already 4 o'clock. And in 2 hours I have to rush back. So he started running. He started running back and not eating also. While running back also, he saw another green patch. Just this one also. He went through that one also. That is mine. And the mountain is so high and huffing and puffing. He was running. And 6 o'clock, he touched his king's feet and died. That is, left everything. We run so much in our life. $1 more, $1 more, one more investment, and die. Who took that one? You worked so hard. Who took that property? And State Department has taken. And tena tektena bunjita. Shri Krishna, it's Ishavasya, talks about, this is mine. You forgot that one. You forgot to enjoy. You forgot to drink your water bottle, water. You forgot to eat your lunch bag also. Working day and night. And this Upanishad is talking about everyone's biography. He is talking about. Kurvanneveha karmani. Jijivishechatam samaha. Evam tvai nanete tosti. Na karma lipyate nare. Kurvan eveha karmani. Jijivishechatam sama. You, kurvan yaha karmani. You, not to say, if everything belongs to God, why I should work. Not to say that one, you have to play the game. Not to be sitting in the fence, I don't play. And you play your game well. Lord has sent us to offload, burn our karma. We have taken that one, offload the karma, you burn your karma, play the game well. Of everything, fruit of action to him. Iha karmani jiji vishe shatam samaha. Aspire to live for 100 years. Never say, many elderly people, when limb starts failing and hearing becomes tough and seeing becomes hard, limbs start moving and head is shaking, people say, I want to die. I want to go. And even my father at the age of 82, that old age problem, that bladder problem, that problem. And he told me when I was driving him to some place, and I don't want to be trouble to anyone, and I want to go. And I told this verse to him. Upanishad says, you have to aspire to live this body special. You aspire, never say, I want to go. And he said, what you said is very right. Upanishad is talking about, when the good time we want to have it, bad time we don't want to have. But that is why in the yoga is there. Yoga says live for 100 years. Our yoga school's logo also, Jivema Sharadarshatam, live for 100 years. Invest time for yourself. Do the asana, pranayama, dhyana, meditate, offload. Yoga is a sutra for 100 years. Live for that one, aspire for 100 full years, and jiji vishechatam sama. And evam tvayi nanete tosti na karma lipyate. If you live this way, the actions won't bind you. I'm playing the game. I want to play my full innings. I don't want to have the 5-day test match should not be curtailed to 2 days. All people are disappointed. They paid the ticket for 5 days. This match is over in 2 days. People have high expectation on you. When you are born, your parents, your ancestors have expectation from you. Live for 100 years. Do the sadhana. If you kick the bucket 20 years, 30 years, through careless, another disappointed. People expect you to live for 100 full years. Celebrate your life. If you leave this one, karma, that is talking about karma yoga. Then the third mantra also we talked about Asurya namate loka.
Asurya namate loka.
Andena tamasavritaha.
Andena tamasavritaha.
Tangste pretya vigachanti.
Tangste pretya vigachanti.
Eke cha atmahano janaha.
Eke atmahano janaha.
Another, if you are not abiding, if you think it is your game, you are in control, you are in the driver's seat, this is your property, this is your wealth, and I want to do, you start not listening, abiding by the divine law, then that soul after death treads the path of darkness. Path of darkness. In the Bhagavad Gita, in the 8th chapter, Shri Krishna talks about Agnir Jyoti Aha Shukla, and in the light path, souls living on the path of light and path of darkness. He talks about, what he talks about is for the yogis. But for others, for the yogis, they can live for the Amavasya also. Amavasya, path of the darkness, night time, if they live, those yogis will come, or the yogis can live in the day, in the path of light. They na nivartate, they won't come back. But what this is talking about, for ordinary people like us, so attached to our action, so attached to our property, wealth, and our belongings, Asurya, those souls will tread the path of where the light is not there, full of darkness, full of Asurya namate loka, andena tamasa avrita, andan tamas. They go to the andan tamas. They did not see the presence of Lord. Lord gave us the opportunity to play. We ignored. One who ignores the Vasudeva. Vasudeva means light of all lights. If you are not trying in your life to see that Vasudeva light in your heart. So, I am like when Dhritarashtra's court, when Sri Krishna revealed his Vishwarupa, Duryodhana closed his eyes. I don't want to see. One who is not interested in this one, so of course you are not interested in light. You go to the path of darkness, enveloped with the thick darkness. Tamasa avrita, andan tamas. Tangse pretya bhi gachanti. These people are nothing but they are doing their own suicide. They are committing suicide. Committing suicide. I gave them this opportunity. And for us, we are so fortunate. Australia compared to many places, least amount of tensions and comfortable living, but still we are not playing the game. That Sri Krishna says, this Upanishad says, they are Atmahano Janaha. These people, if you do not abide, maybe we will be hurled into Gaza type of situation. That situation we squandered. We were given the opportunity to play. We are not seeking the light. In the Atmahano, this Upanishad talks about there the suicidal tendency people. Suicidal tendency people. Now Sri Krishna, this Upanishad talks about the Supreme Lord. He's talking about Him. Can we compete with Him? Purnamada we started on. It is talking about can we compete with Him. Anejat ekam manaso jaiviyo nainad deva apnuvan purvamarshata taddavato nanyata eti tishtat tasmin apo matarishva dadati. He is talking about anejat. He is not moving anything. We are moving. Our mind is today here, today there. He is there, all over the place. He is not. He is complete. He is complete. Anejat. He is not immobile. He is immobile because he is everywhere. What is mobile, that means where what is not everywhere, that alone can move. When he is everywhere, how can he move? He is everywhere. When he is everywhere, he is anejat. He is not moving. Ekam manoso javiyo, and he is faster than the mind. Mind has to rush. Mind has a limitation. Suppose I think of the moon. Mind has gone to moon, but he is already there. He's already there. I can think of sun. Mind has gone to the sun. He's already there. Ekam manaso javiyo nainad deva apnun purvamarshatam. All the devas, the senses are there. Through the senses, can we reach? Through the tongue, can I talk about Him? The senses fall short of talking about Him. And Upanishad also, yata vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha, yata vacho nivartante. When my tongue stops, He is there beyond also. I can't, tongue fall short of talking about Him. We can't talk about Him. It's a tongue can talk about whatever mind. He is beyond the realm of mind. Apnuan purva marshata. He is there far before them. Tad dhavato nanyateti tishtata. We can run so fast to catch Him, but He is already there. He is already there. Tishtata tasmin apo matarishva dadati. Like the water, the prana, matarishva, it's a vayu, protecting us, water nourishing. He is nourishing all of us. Matarishva dadati. Anejat ekam manaso javiyo nainad deva apnun purva marshatam. Even other devatas cannot reach Him. All devatas put together cannot be equated to the Supreme Lord. All jivas put together cannot be equated to Bhagavan. Bhagavan. Ravana had all his army, all his varas. Vara from Shiva, vara from Brahma, and so many boons, so much of wealth, so big army. Nothing can be equated to Bhagavan Ramachandra. And so is Jarasandha with the 23 Akshohinis. He went against Sri Krishna to defeat him 18 times. 18 times he got defeated. Not your pocket wealth, your resources, political connection, nothing can equate, and that is what we are covering on in Bhagavad Gita class also, 18th chapter. And he is always all pervading, ekam manaso jeviyo naina deva apnun purvamarshatam tad dhavato nanya teti atitishtat. He is beyond everything. Beyond everything. You can't say I can hoodwink God. Hiranyakashipu took all the boons thinking that he cheated the God. No amount of cheating can happen. He can read between the lines. He can, I took the immunity from this one. Hiranyakashipu took immunity from daytime no death, nighttime no death, outside no death, inside no death, above no death, below no death, weapon no death, animals no death, and humans no death, and immunity for everything. But Lord is beyond whatever vara. Whatever Brahma gave the vara, Shiva gave the vara, they know that whatever we give, he will annul that one. A corporator can make a rule, but the Prime Minister can overrule that one. Whatever Brahma has given, Shiva, Vara has given, Lord can overdo that one. So, the Devas, they, instead of pleasing to invoke the Supreme Lord, lot of tapas is required. For that one, we don't have that stamina. We want quick result. We want a quick publicity. We go to Anya Deva Upasana. It is appears to be brilliant, but it is as the story says, ultimately you won't be the winner. This is the fourth mantra we touched upon. The fifth mantra we will see next week. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now for next 10 minutes, many children are here. You can ask on this topic or any topic. First from Akshaj. You invited everyone here. Yes, what was the question?
So first of all, thank you for coming. And second of all, my first question is that, like, we all know that God is everywhere. So why do we pray in front of like an altar, thinking that He's in one place, right? Like we can pray Him anywhere, but why do we pray it in like a certain area? Like why do we pray it like in like, why do we carve Him out and then we pray in front of Him? Why can't we?
Yeah, it is a good question. And one person was going on bicycle. In the night time, you had to have a headlight. It's police stopped him. He said, "You are going without light." He said, "Street lights are there. Why I need a light?" Then the police flattened his tire. He said, "Air everywhere. Why you need air?" You get the focus, okay? Okay.
And also one more question is that, like you know, like when people, like if somebody's negative energy, and then like if you do namaskar to them, and then if they do ashirvada to you, does the negative energy come into you, or will it still be positive?
Yeah, it is a good question. Many times, invariably we bow down to, we are associated in the society, good and bad people are there. You don't know whom you are bowing down. If it is a negative person, yes, negative will come to you. For that one, what it says, you do your japa every day. You do your prayer. Prayer is like a shield around you, protective shield. Every day you are doing japa, you are doing your meditation. Why you are doing? You are putting a shield around you so that negativity won't come and affect you. Many people, when they are going outside, they are falling sick. Why I am falling sick? Another name for falling sick means I am taking on so much of negative energy. Others, negative energy is coming to me. Why? Because I don't have immunity. Another name for immunity, build up the protection around you. Every day, never give up your sadhana. That is the way to protect yourself.
And my last question is that, like, why do we, if we, like, we go to matha to pray, why don't we just pray at home as well? Since we have like all of the requirements we need at home, so then why do we go to the matha and pray?
Yes, matha you are going, their ritual, the ritual is there. Now, unless you have better things, then what you do in matha, you go. For myself, I do not go matha because my priority is higher. I am doing something higher than what I am getting in matha. If I do not have anything, just go and sit in the matha. What you are praying to the God? What are you praying? What is the best you can ask for? Give me wealth, give me that one, this one. God has given me everything. I have to execute. If I go and spend there, not doing anything, I have to give my energy to the community. That is higher than going to matha. For you, you have not discovered that path yet. Until then, keep going there, keep receiving the blessings from the Lord. Why I am going? May you empower me to be of use to the others. May you execute your energy through me. Okay? And for you, until you are ready, not to say, my teacher is not going, I am not also going. I am not going because I have something higher. For you, you go until you uplift yourself. Okay? Yes. What was Sushri?
Lord pervades everywhere. What do you need to do to see that Lord that pervades everywhere apart from japa?
The Lord is everywhere. How to see that one? You see feel the pain of others. Can you feel the joy of others? He is there in everyone. Help out, reach out, serve, service. Narayana Seva. It's Daridra Narayana. Serve the wherever required people. You see the God. You are not serving anyone. So that is the real service. Serve wherever possible. Wherever possible. Help out. The moment you start expanding yourself, you are part of everyone. If you are not helping anyone, serving anyone, you are slowly moving away from God. You see only God in here. What Upanishad talks about, one who sees the God only in the altar, not anywhere, is the lowest category of a devotee. And lowest category of a devotee. Okay? Yeah. Yes, Apratim.
So the first comment is that our teachers say that if you lost something, it's your responsibility, but here you're saying that we have no responsibility.
Now here it is, responsibility means it is talking about the first idam sarvam yatkincham jagatyam jagat tena tektena bunjita. You play the game of your life with care, not careless. You are not, I don't care. Not that one, utmost care. You play well. But despite playing your game of your life well, despite that when things are happening, not to get bogged down. You played the game, okay?
And my question is that you said to aspire to live for 100 years. Why did Swami Vivekananda not live forever?
It's Swami Vivekananda died at the age of 38, and because his lifestyle also, though he talked about overworked, no personal sadhana like yoga, overworked, over-traveled and hardly sleeping, he burnt himself. And the second one also, that great yogis come for a purpose. Once it is done, this body is no longer fit. They have to change the vehicle, mount on the another vehicle to travel. This body, like a traveling, Shankaracharya lived for 32 years. And his vehicle, purpose is done, he had to change the vehicle to travel further. But, from Vivekananda's point of view, and even Swami Ramakrishna Paramahamsa also, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, it's a lifestyle part also. And in 1900s, the general India's life expectancy was around 40 years at that time. Now it has gone to around 80s. At that time, because of so many diseases, so many ailments, people were dying. Yeah, any more questions? Yes, Athar.
I just had some comment. So I really liked how you compared Bhagavan to like an infinite ocean. So how much you add, how much you take away, it won't change, it will always be full. And how you that story of a person who worked so hard out of his limits to cover as much land as possible, and then by the end he was dead, so there was no point. So this is how we are, basically. We do all that for nothing.
Thank you. And any more question? Any adults? Child in adults? Any question? Suki? Yeah, Suki, is it? Yeah. Any question? Or yes, Nisha.
I think it's further to the kids' question about traveling further in life, right? So, you said Swami Vivekananda, he did everything that he had to do. It's probably his 100 years worth of the work he's done in the 30 years, and he's gone. So, for him to, as an example, to go further, and he takes on another body. I also call it Purva Janma Samskara, which is already there. How would someone actually like him, do they get like an enlightenment in their next Janma? Is that bound to happen when they have already done that sadhana? How do they actually pick it up and go further?
Many prarabdha karma, when he died, in the blood came out through his left nostril. Left nostril indicates he has to come back. Though he did not finish his game. No, not emancipation. He left through the left nostril, blood was there through the left nostril. So, that means his whatever he meant to do, it's not finished. He had to come back. It is ultimately it is a divine law that whatever he had to do, it is. That means it is an indication sadhana is not easy. Even Vivekananda could not make it. How can I? But you have to have an aspiration. He did not make it, but I want to make it. Take it as a challenge. Okay? And any comment? Any others?
I have one more.
Yes.
So you told that about the negative energy, right? Whenever you go down to a negative, like the energy from a negative person, it might flow into you, but you have to protect yourself from doing japa or anything.
Yeah. If you know negative, not to bow down, but otherwise, if you,
like we wouldn't know whom we are going to,
that's
but
right.
still unknowingly we might go to someone. So just an example, like even though some story, not some story, known story. Ravana is very even though he's from a Rakshasa Gana, he's born with that. But he used to always perform his japas, he used to always perform his with no regrets, with no other things he always used to do it. But why he was encircled in that negative energy all the time?
It's your attitude is not determined from your outer action. He every morning to wake him up, rishis used to go and Mangala Vadya. It's all Suprabhata they used to sing, but at nature itself is wrong. He said, goal itself is wrong. Though I may have every day big Havan and whatever in Karnataka, for example, D.K. Shivkumar, he goes to Sringeri, that Mahachandi, that all temples he goes, and even he went to Sanskrit school to learn Sanskrit mantras also. And just because I am doing this one, if my nature has not changed, I won't get the best. I can impress people, I can get a few mileage out of that one. True benefit. Duryodhana had in Yajna Shala 365 days Yajna having. He said he collected 3000 mantras from various rishis. Yeah, okay. Yes, sir.
One question, sir. I think there's a mention of this soul number is 15, Lakshmi's number is 17, and Narayana is 18. I just wanted to understand a bit more on these numbers. And is it related to Bhagavad Gita chapters or is it something else?
No, Bhagavad Gita 18 is the Narayana, and Gunatraya, it's a Prakriti. What Guna, it's from 14th chapter, the Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. It binds everything. How it will bind us? Only if you move towards the 18, then only she will remove, unbind you. Otherwise, Jiva is bound by Nama, Loka, that Karmendriya, Jnanendriya, Ahara, that, yeah, I mentioned in my book also. Thank you. Any more comments? Yeah.
I wanted to ask why you have chosen Vasudeva, Lord Vasudeva. Like some people will choose Adiyogi or other deities for setting up any institution or yoga related. What inspired you to choose or go down to Vasudeva, Lord Vasudeva, and select?
In 1993, when I set out to New Zealand, one saintly person, he asked me to every day write Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Since then, I am doing the japa. I have done more than 100 crore times japa. 32 years I have been doing, and in early part of 2000, Narada Muni appeared before me and he gave me this mantra. You do this one. It's a Narada Upadesha. It's from 32 years, from 21 years, Narada Muni's blessing, this is a realization. Because of that one, Satata Prayatna, Satata Sadhana, it is realized into this one. And Pejawar Swamiji in Bangalore Center, who did Prana Pratisthapana for Ayodhya temple, he came to our center to do the Prana Pratisthapana. Looking at him, he said, I have never seen any murti of this type. So energetic. He told many other people also that so enchanting. It's so this it won't happen. I told how it should be to the whoever was making, how should be the Lakshana. It's Bhagavan's Kripa. It has come out so beautifully, so enchanting. He has come here not for as another showpiece. He has come here for a purpose. He has come here. I urge all the Melbourne community, Australian community, he has come here for a purpose, and sit in front of him for unburdening yourself. He has come for a mission. It is not another temple. It is not just another showpiece. It is something extraordinary. Energy is there within, and I request the Melbourne community, and we acquired the property in Mill Park.
Braeside.
Braeside, Mills Road. Mills Road in Braeside. Our on the Vijayadashimi day, we are having a Groh Pravesha. It's a working day, and we will have an official function before Deepavali. We will have that one. There will be a meditation hall. I request everyone come and receive the grace. You can experience the his Leela in your life. That is my urge to you. Experience the Leela in your own life. He has come for a purpose. For all of us, he has come. And in Bangalore also is there. And when he came here on Bhu Varaha Jayanti. From Bangalore, he went to Hyderabad to Germany to America to Hawaii to Sydney to Melbourne, and a long time, Bhu Pradakshina, after doing the blessing the whole earth, he has landed up here, and on the 14th of this month, in Hughesdale Hall, we are having Swagatam Vasudeva. I will talk about each symbol, how it is related to us, what is trying to convey to us. I will talk about for 1 hour. Our Mata will, it's a Krishna Janmashtami in Udupi also. Mata will, Vishwanath Achar will be the officiating the Ashtottara, but in the meantime our Bhajan team and others, we will celebrate, we will welcome, officially welcome, and he will be stationed in Braeside. I will send the more information to you, and I urge all of you to unload yourself, sit in front, absorb his the radiating, enchanting smile and radiating energy. I will talk more on that one. Any more comment?
Only one question.
Yes, sir.
So you told about like live for 100 years by doing karma, right? 100 years karma and all. But in other texts, right, they tell about you after some time you become sannyasi and start announcing your need of life. So what is the right balance?
No, you have to do your job. Once you learn, you share the knowledge. That is also a different role. You keep on doing different roles. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Dhanyavad. Yeah.
And really appreciate, thank you for bringing the Murti to Melbourne. And more happy you gave the opportunity to bring it up to our house today. I'm really happy that most of my friends and others came today to seek blessing from Lord Vasudeva. Thank you, Guruji.
And he's doing a Nagara Pradakshina. He's inviting all of you. Please come. Please come. He's here smilingly inviting. Please come to me. Please come to me. Okay, it will be your center. It is the center is established for our next generation. They need some sort of connection. When they are growing up, connected to our roots, connected to Ayurveda, connected to health, mental health. Mental health is in AA world, it's a big challenge. Physically strong, mentally strong, spiritually connected. You are empowered with knowledge. I have more than 2,500 YouTubes. Absorb the knowledge. You are the future leaders. Take this message forward. For the next generation, we have started the center. For the next generation, Bhagavan has come to inspire them and infuse energy into their lives. And if it's our center, it's we have borrowed big amount of majority is loan. If you can give a donation, it's a DGR, you can claim the tax, or give the interest-free loan. It will help us to sail through the initial phases. We are not for profit. Everyone is a volunteer. If you can help us, if you can, in whatever way, please talk to our Prashant or myself, Mani or Manoj, and we need you for him. Thank you. Dhanyavad. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Now, finish. Thank you. Dhanyavad. Yeah.